Welcome to Lanes and Games in Cambridge, Massachusetts for the American Car Care Center's $30,000 Candlepin Challenge. Brought to you by the International Candlepin Bowling Association in conjunction with AT&T Broadband. Hello, I'm your host, Philip Horton, alongside Dan Murphy, and we're here to bring you some of the most exciting Candlepin action anywhere. In fact, our challenges have been coming on strong. Dan, we have not had an ongoing reigning champion for quite some time now. We'll see if Don Santiago can keep it up. But first, why don't you tell us about today's format?
Okay, to get to Don Santiago, you have to go through a challengers match, a one-game match. The winner of that will take on Don this week in a two-game match. And, of course, the winner of that two-game match comes back and tries to retain that title.
And today's challenger, Tim Soucy, is back to take on Rich Bober in our first game.
Okay, yes, Timmy, fast return. He was with us a few months ago. He does his bowling at the French King Entertainment Center, and he averages 127, and he'll be taking on Rich Bober, and he is from Valley Park Lanes in North Adams, and he averages 118.
And the winner of those two will take on Don Santiago. Don finished with 3 marks to beat Tim McGough in a close one, 254 to 248. He averages a 118 and bowls out of Hanson Lanes in Hanover, Massachusetts. Now, even though Don is our current champion, he's not our leader among total overall points. Why don't you explain our point system?
Okay, the points can only be accumulated in that championship match, the two-game match. We give them points for spares, for strikes, for combinations of spares and strikes. And then, of course, winning the match, they get 750 points for that, too. We'll explain that as we go on the show, but that's basically what happens. And
right now, our top three is Dave Rowlett in third place with 1,600, Tim McGough in second place with 1,700, and Dave Dupree is way out in front with 2,350. He's going to be pretty difficult to catch. But right now, why don't you, as you folks are always at home can get involved, why don't you tell us about today's viewers' participation?
Okay, later on the show, we'll give you an address. You can send postcards in. We draw 2 postcards out, and just to show you that we're really telling you the truth, the home viewer for Tim Soucy is Jeff Rodovich from Lynn, Massachusetts. If Tim was to go on to win the Challengers match and the championship match, Jeff would receive a check for $25. For Rich Bober, he's bowling for Bob Morrow of Dracut, Massachusetts. And we also draw a person's name out of the audience if you come down to one of our tapings. And Don Santiago will be bowling for Doug Cummings from Troy, New Hampshire today.
All right, we'll see how they fare in a moment. But first, we have to take this break. We'll be back with the American Car Care Center's $30,000 Candlepin Challenge right after these messages. Welcome back to Lanes and Games in Cambridge, Massachusetts for the American Car Care Center's $30,000 Candlepin Challenge. Up in lane 3 is Tim Soucy. He's from Brattleboro, Vermont. The averages are 127.
Last time Tim was on with us, he got beat in the Challengers match, 120 to 116. By Trent Valimar. But he's made a return.
Yeah, let's see how he makes out today. He's down 7. There's 3 standing.
That'll be in 7 box.
As he takes down the 7 pin.
Yeah, that's... Actually, no, he had to actually hit the wood in the gutter first, so that does not count.
Oh, okay.
The ball slid off the lane, clipped the wood, and then knocked down the 10 pin.
Now over in lane 4. Okay.
Right through the middle, takes out the wall. Oh, what a try on the spare.
And he gets the 2 to fall late, leaving the 8 pin back there.
Yeah, the spread eagle plus that 9 pin, and very nearly converted everything. Great 10 box, gives him 17.
Not off to a bad start. Now over in lane 3, Rich Bober. He's from Adams, Massachusetts.
Just to go over that rule one more time on that first box that Tim had when he knocked down the 10 pin. That ball actually left the lane and hit a piece of wood in the gutter, which is not in play. So the fact that he hit that first before the pin negates the pin, or any pins that they knock down. It has to hit something fair first, and once it does that, that ball can go anywhere it wants to, knock down anything, but must come in contact with something fair first.
2, 7, and 9 standing.
It's funny because a lot of people talk about that rule and say, you know, the ball never went in the gutter. It was like airborne. Well, that's no good. As soon as it leaves the lane, then it's no good unless it's hit something.
Okay.
Great 10 box by Richie.
Rich bowls out of Valley Park. He averages a 118.
Yeah, Valley Park way up there in the part of the state, North Adams.
Have you bowled up there before?
No, it's one of the few places I haven't bowled over the years.
Rich waiting for this wood to settle back there.
If I got a free weekend coming up, maybe I'll travel over to North Adams and visit the Valley Park Lane.
How far is that from you?
A day and a half. No, a few hours. Up in the Berkshire country. Nice country up there. Spear, first mark, you can see the 3 and the 10. He's going to make it, folks. Honest. There it is.
And after 2, Rich Bober is up 20-17. He leads by 3. Tim Soucy pulls out of canal lanes.
Missing to the left. And now he's flush on the headpin, drove the headpin straight back, so he's still looking at 6 pins.
Yeah. What does he got? The 3, 9, 6, 10, 4, and 7.
And disappointing 6, and just 23 after 3.
Yeah, you don't want to get a 6 box this early on.
You don't want to get a 6 box ever, but if you're going to have to get one, you know, get one early, get it out of the way. But now,
well, here's the thing. I mean, you don't have much time.
That's right.
In this challenger's match, to really get going.
Ooh, there is his first spare. You're right, Phil. Yeah, I mean, this is one game. You got to come out of the box, and it's a sprint to the finish. There's no looking back.
At 4, Tim Soucy's at 33.
That third ball is so important. A lot of people, they'll miss an easy spare or something, get upset, and just throw that third ball, not concentrate. You get 1 pin every box. That's 10 more pins on your score. It's a 7 drop on the spare, gives him 27 in a 10-pin lead.
Rich Bober with a tough split here.
Oh, he makes it. Great shot. He's able to
very impressive.
Turn that wood and slide it over into the 10-pin.
Take a look at this again.
The ball flies over the top, but here comes a piece of wood just nudging, and then the ball comes down.
Just in case the wood missed.
Yeah. Huh? 2 spares in a row for Rich Bober. Richie, he likes to be called. And a strike on top. Hello.
Starting off real strong. Rich Bober, after 4, leads 57-33. He's up by 24.
Tripped the 6 and the 7, last 2 pins to go, and there was no doubt about that one going in. Here's a spare fill for Tim Soucy, just 6, gives him 39.
Well, they fall late for him with a soft touch. Leaving that 7-pin off to the left.
I missed that. Did the pin come back?
Yeah,
I was
came back.
Looking at
ever so gently.
My score here. Trying to do better with my addition. So I'm trying to keep 48. Halfway through. It's a long story, folks. We won't go into it.
We'll avoid that one there. Put it in the past, man.
That's right. It's in the archives. Well, another difficult spare leave for Tim Soucy, the 3-6 and the 4-7, but he's got a piece of wood that could help behind the 3 and the 6. Now, he would like that pin frozen against the 2 pins. Then it gives him another option of just hitting the 6 pin, but he's going to split this. Now, it's heavy on the 3.
So he's got the 6 and the 7. Very tough split.
Yeah, he'll just try to grab it.
Yeah, come away with the 9 bucks.
And 57 through 6, but he's going to be in a heap of trouble here in a minute. Already down by 18, but there's a strike working for Richie. He'll increase that lead with these first 2 balls. Looking for the double strike. Just a little pull. Well, That might have been a break if the wood sticks around. No. Well, watch this other piece coming out.
He leaves the 4, 7, and 6.
Whoa, he wants that wood to stop. He's got a shot at this.
Do you drive this right between the two pieces
I would.
of wood?
I would.
Split them?
Yeah. You want to take probably a little more of the left piece, but yes.
And he gets them all.
Very nicely done. 4 in a row. You see him play the wood exactly where Phil was calling it, right in the center. And the 7-pin gets tripped there by the pin and the ball.
And Richie now leads by 29.
Plus. Going to increase that by a few more here. Make it 6 more.
He takes down 6. Leaves up 4.
Another 3, 5, 6, 10. Oh, try to make it 5 in a row.
He nails that 3 and 5, but he's off on the 6 and 10.
And a 10 bucks. 93. 36 pin advantage now. Now Tim has got to put some marks up. Running out of time.
Very quickly.
Of course, Don Santiago waits in the wings, trying to make it 2 championships in a row. And as Phil said, the opening, we haven't had a repeat champion in a while now.
All right, suck him up.
Well, to Tim's advantage, he knows the format, so he knows he has to start bringing it on now.
Right now. It does just, oh, I called that one too soon. Thought he had the 1 and the 3, but just too heavy on the head pin. Drove it straight back. Ball missed the 3-pin. And a 10.
10 bucks.
Take a look at that one. Going down, you think he has it all the way. No problem here. Just sliding by the 3. Started with a half whister to the right. Got some pin action there. Oh, great spare.
Gets the spare.
And a clutch spare.
That was huge.
Yeah,
Tim
it really
Soucy.
was. It just keeps his hopes alive. Not an easy spare. Catches the head pin on the right-hand side. Ball goes down with a piece of wood to take this 10-pin, and the head pin does the damage on the rest. Now off the head pin, but a decent break by Richie Bober.
Richie, even the 2 and the sleeper 8 back there, as well as the 4. 5.
Oh, spare up.
That's spare.
Answers the call. Yep. Flush on the head pin. That's basically all he could do. He wanted to avoid that piece of wood.
Richie looking to expand his lead over in lane 4.
Just 3. 106.
He's got the 1, 5, 3, 9, 6, and 10, and the 7 over in the corner.
39 pin advantage.
Now he somehow got that 7 pin to drop for him.
Yeah.
He missed the head pin, though.
Yeah, he missed and clipped the wood, and the ball went down and took out the 7. He's lucky to be left with only 3. But he
clears him out.
Well, 10 bucks, a 116, and a 39 pin advantage. But Timmy will cut into that lead right now, and he obviously has to mark out here to give himself a shot. Oh, he wants that 5 to go. Well, the wood came bouncing back a little bit further than I thought. He's going to have a shot. He's going to have the wood and the 5 pin at the same time, and hope it's enough to carry the 10. Yes, very nice.
Ball to go.
Keeps his hope is alive. He really needs.
Still in the ball game.
Yeah, he still really needs a strike here. There you see the replay, just enough to trip the 10.
Get that in there.
Ooh, almost tripping the 5, and that 5 almost fell back into the 9, but it's an 8-pin drop.
Tim drops 8 in lane 4.
Oh, no. Oh. And that will do it, I'm afraid.
Hit it.
Now, he needed that to give him any kind of a chance at all. And Richie is just going to have to pin out. Actually, he's already won 111, 116, so Richie will move on. Now he's just concentrate on figuring out the lanes, get his timing down, get the speed down, because he's going to have to take on Don Santiago in a 2-game championship match Hello. Look at that.
It's the whole back row. How do you do that?
7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know, and I don't want to know how to do it because I don't want that to happen to me.
Ever, right?
Wow.
I've never seen that done before.
You know,
Have you ever seen that done before?
no, I don't think I have, to tell you the truth.
You got 2 more than you.
Earl's shaking his head yes. Yeah, I
Earl's
guess I
seen it
have
done
seen
before,
it.
huh?
I just don't remember it. You'd like to block those things out anyways.
I know. I mean, I don't even know how you get something like that.
It's amazing. This game of Candlepin bowling, you never know.
Yeah.
124. Remember, you get points in the championship match. The next match for 50 for a spare, 100 for a strike, 500 for a triple strike, and then you get your bonus points for any combinations of spares strikes in a row.
And he finishes with a strike.
And the reason I'm saying this, that right now, let me quickly count up the points for Rich. If this was in the championship match,
2 more.
he'd have 400, 550, 650 points right now in one game. So he needs to think about this when he carries it over. So not only winning that championship match, but trying to get in that top 3. He's going to have a great string. 140 plus. He's already at 140 right now. Make it
They're dancing back there.
143. Great game.
Incredible. Rich Bober wins by 32, 143 to 111. He advances to our champions match. We'll be back with more Candlepin action right after these messages. And he gets the spare right off the bat.
Well, he hasn't forgotten what got him here.
Apparently not.
Phil mentioned at the beginning of the show, his last appearance against Tim McGough. And Tim McGough actually had finished with 2 marks. So Don was up against it. He needed at least 2. He finished with 3 and was able to pull out a 6-pin victory.
Yeah, that was clutch.
It really
great
was.
Performance.
6 on a spare, and I heard somebody say, uh-oh, I think that was Don.
Yeah. Leaving the 3, 6, and 10 back there.
He knew that as soon as he threw the ball, that was going to be way left. Make it a 10.
All right. After 2, he's at 26.
Of course, and he has 50 points with that spare up in the first.
Yeah, Rich Bober looking to answer. Richie has a high single of 198. At least a tough split there, Dan.
Well, it is,
You know?
but it's getting better. I mean, the split isn't getting better, but the
Yeah.
wood is very favorable now. It looks like he hits the wood in front of the 2. He's got a shot at making all 3.
And he does.
He does. Not quite the way I thought. The ball actually took off and knocked down the 10-pin. I thought the wood in between, I thought this double piece of wood would, see, never touched it. The ball came back. That was a great shot. I mean, it's not how you make it.
Certainly
It's
is.
just making it.
As long as you get him down.
That's right.
Richie answers spare for spare.
That's 50 points for Rich. We talked about Dave Dupree, and he's sitting on top with 2350. If some of you missed his show, he had a 184, I believe, but he took 9 marks in a row. There's a lot of bonus points there. And
He lit it up.
Oh,
It was ridiculous.
it was unbelievable, and that's why he sits atop with 2350. So it's going to take somebody who not only wins the match, but strings a lot of marks together to catch him. But second and third place are definitely vulnerable.
Yeah, whoever does that is going to have to be on fire.
Right.
You know, right from Jump Street.
And does it mean anything to be top seed? You betcha. It means you're guaranteed $2,500 with the possibility of winning $15,000. So that last show is going to be huge. People, I promised I would tell you the tape date. We don't know. We know it's going to be in May. As soon as I get word, I will pass it along to you. You want calendars for that one and try to show up at Pilgrim Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts to watch that final show. It's going to be exciting.
Catch 'em all, catch 'em all.
All right, back up in lane 3, Don Santiago leaves the 4 horsemen. Minus the 1 pin.
Off the wall.
That's the head pin. Ooh.
Nice try, nice
Yeah,
try.
he leaves himself just a 2 now
Keep your
and
head in the game, keep your head in the
leads
game.
by a mere pin after 2 frames. They make it a 10. and 36.
Let it stick 'em. Gotta do more than 6, though.
The personal thing about Don, though, is that even when he's not marking, he's coming away with a 9 or 10 box.
It's
You
true.
know?
It's true. Another thing remarkable about him is that he's pretty cool under pressure, I think. I don't think too much bothers Don, if you know what I
don't
mean.
think so
He's
either.
kind of a happy-go-lucky guy. He just enjoys what he does, and he does pretty well at it. Missing the object pin there, being the 3-pin.
Catches the sleeper 9 back there, though.
Because I have call all the bowlers, make sure the tape day what to be there, and talk to Don. And, oh yeah, I'll see you there. You and Phil, I'll be there. It's like just another walk in the park.
Absolutely.
Nice try.
Hangs that towel over his shoulder.
Yep.
Never sweats it. All right, Richie in lane 3.
Coming back. Ooh, I thought maybe he was going to trip the 4 and have a domino effect back and get the strike. 1, 2, 4 though.
Yeah, he's got that
Wood
piece
to
of
help.
wood lingering
Sure.
between the 2 and the 4.
Yeah, hits the head pin, he should cover. And he missed the object pin. Yeah.
All right, pick the 10, pick the 10.
All right, attempting the 10 box, and he's off just to the left.
Okay, good night.
You people at home, a great tip in making spares is you always, normally you play the pin closest to you. Now that could change if you have a piece of wood, but always try to hit the object pin. Every spare lead, there's an object pin, either standing up or laying down. If you miss the object pin, your chances of making that shot diminish a lot. So always remember, and don't try to split things. If you got the 3-6, look, if you miss the 3, you're probably not going to make the spare. Try for the object pin first. If you happen to split them, that's even better.
And Richie
Spare up
with
in
a
the 4.
spare.
Looking good.
Oh, great shot.
That was beautiful.
Words can't describe that one. They were just
Picture
very
perfect.
nicely done.
Wow.
We have the 3-5.
Yeah, Don.
Now here's a situation where the 3-pin is your object pin. And somebody says, are you trying to split the 3? Or, no, I'm trying to hit the 3.
Right.
Hopefully a little bit one side, the other ball or pin will take the other. Very nicely done by Don. Another 50 points. Both bowlers now with 100 points total. Trying to get 1650 or something, to at least climb into 3rd place. Oh boy.
Ooh. Just taking off the 4-pin on that one.
Hold on to that ball.
Now, there's a situation where I said, see, Don's a cucumber. Cool cucumber. He doesn't care. I mean, it upsets him, but most bowlers, they would be irate.
Yeah.
He seems to keep the same even keel.
Work it out.
Kind of shaking his head. He knows that was a
That hurt him a little bit.
costly mistake, but he'll recover.
Ooh, he walks away with 8 here, though.
Just 65 through 6.
And here's an opportunity for Richie. Richie has a high triple of 475 and a high single of 198.
And he is off the head pin on his spare, just 4. But that does give him a 5-pin advantage.
He answers strong with the spare. We can take a look at this. Clears them all out on that one. Beautiful shot. Now over in lane 4. He takes out the left side. Leaves a cluster to the right, though. If you want more information on Candlepin Bowling, you can always go to www.candlepinbowling.com for records, rules, Hall of Fame, and for more $30,000 Candlepin Challenge information. All right, Richie with the 9 box. And after 6, it is 71-65. Richie Bober leads by 6. We have to take a break, but we'll be back with more exciting Candlepin action right after these messages.
Do you remember for fun? You know, lots of laughter, jumping up and down. If you want to experience fun again, you'll find it at your local Candlepin Bowling Center. That's where you'll find plenty of parties and good times.
Let's go, good times roll.
Welcome back to the American Car Care Center's $30,000 Candlepin Challenge. Up in lane 3, our current champion, Don Santiago, who happens to be down by 6 right now. 71-65 against Richie Bober.
All right, dude, let's get it going. Come on, Jason, mind the light. Mind the light.
Inverted triangle. 2, 4, and 5. It's got some wood to the right. Actually, 2 pieces of wood. I would go right at the 5-pin and clip that wood, and hopefully it would come off the sidewall. That's what he tries to do. He leaves the 8-pin.
Nice try.
Did I say 2, 4, 5? I meant 4, 5, 8.
Yeah. And he gets that 8-pin for a solid 10 bucks. Now over to lane 4.
Back on the head pin again. This time the 4, 5, 7 piece of wood out in front. He wants to see the 5, but he doesn't want that wood to go too deep. He wants to come out a little bit. He wants to carry the ball off the piece of wood into the 5 and have the wood take the 4 and 7. And to do that, it has to be out for. I think it's too deep, but let's see. He's made up his mind what he's going to do.
Yeah? Did he tell you?
Now, he went way left. And, hello.
That ball almost came back to knock it out for him.
Yeah,
We've seen a lot of balls flying all over the place here.
Oh, unbelievable. That's a 10 box.
Which obviously works to the bowler's advantage. After 8, Donnie is at 85.
Nice try, Jason.
Now Richie Bober up in lane 3. Richie has a high triple of 475.
Just missed the head pin to the right, and now 1, 4, 7, 9, 10 piece of wood. He's got to have the head pin.
He's got them scattered all back there.
Right, and he's going to need some help from the head pin and the ball.
There's a tough split here, 4, 7, and 10.
He's probably good. Hopefully he'll get the 4, 7.
He's got that wood right there.
Yeah.
Yep, and he uses it.
Loses a pin and count. Lead now just 5. Leads Don Santiago by 5. Winner of this match takes home $200. Runner-up takes home $100.
If you want to join the Pro Tour, you can call Paul Wambach at 508-757-2185. Or for the Senior Tour, Ray Snell at 508-627-4883.
And
Richie's just missing to the left.
well, he lost a few more in count there, so the lead now dwindles to just 3 pins for Rich Bober.
Santiago, see if he can capitalize.
I pull the ball way to the left.
That was easy.
Heard someone in the audience say, "Oh, this one's easy as well." Here, throw it for me.
I know, really, huh? Just no falling for him, though. He's got the 1, 3 and the sleeper 9 back there.
And his 3rd consecutive 10 box, hitting well. Actually, he's had 1 8 box. Everything else has been 2 spares and 10s.
Yeah.
On the other side of the ledger, though, you can see Rich Bober has left a number of pins standing with the 3rd ball. Wow. And again, he pulls it to the left.
Clears that 4 pin out.
Yeah, he did that on the spare way back in the 5th box. or better, but he'll be in the low hundreds, under his average.
The average is a 118. Goes off to the left on that one.
Just 6 and a 101.
Now, when you see a bowler keep pulling it off to the left or off to the right, do you tell them to step over maybe a step? Would that help them or
rule
no?
of thumb, if you're missing to the left, move on the approach to the left. You know, that's assuming that everything else, there's not another problem, you know, with the delivery or holding onto the ball, things like that.
Richie Bober with the strike.
That'll increase his lead by these 2 balls in the 10th. You see the strike right in the 1-3 pocket. 8-pin trips forward for the 5. And it's another 100 points for Rich. Looking for the double strike.
Does not get it, though.
But he wants that wood to turn. I don't know if it turned. Yeah, it turned enough. You got to drive this right straight through. You got a chance of making the spare.
He's got the 2, 5, 7, and 8 back there.
Just going to drive the ball right straight back. Well, ball deflected around the 2-pin. Gives an 8 fill on the spare, though, Phil, and that increases lead by 8 more. And make it 9 and 115 and a 14-pin advantage.
All right, Richie Bober, case game 1, 115 to 101. We have to take a break. We'll be back with more Candlepin action, as always, right after these messages. Welcome back to Lanes and Games in Cambridge, Massachusetts for the American Car Care Center's $30,000 Candlepin Challenge.
Okay, and there you see the point totals for Don Santiago and Richie Bober. 250 for Rich and 100 for Don Santiago. And of course, as we get going in this second game of the match, Dave Dupree again sits on top with 2350, followed by Tim McGough with 1,700 and Dave Arlett at 1,600. So these bowlers got a little bit of catching up to do. Try to get in that top 3.
Actually, they have a lot of catching up to
All right.
do. All right, and Richie Bober's trying to do that in lane 3 right now.
At home, if you're figuring, you know, with Rich with 250 points and Don with 100, the winner of the match gets 750. So you can add that into both bowlers, assuming one will, and then you can kind of figure out what they need to get that 1,600 point level. It's kind of fun if you keep score at home and start adding the points up. $8 bucks.
Leaving the 6 and 10 for an 8 box.
Both bowlers not too happy with that opening game, but takes 2. Right in the pocket, but hello, 5, 7, and 10. Piece of wood. Let's see where that settles down. But no.
Now, do you go to the right of that?
Actually, I
King
think
pin, or?
no. I think I'd go right at the wood, drive it right back into the 5 pin, have the ball take the 5, maybe the wood take the 7 and come back. See, he went way left. I just didn't see anything happening there, and we have a piece of wood that's rolled out, and
Earl's on the case.
yes. Oh, you saw him there. That was Earl. That flash.
The fans love Earl,
Oh,
don't
they do. They do.
Gets a lot of love. All right, back to Richie Bober. Goalpost 7 and 10. He goes for the 7 and leaves the 9 box.
Yes.
All right, money, select up. Is that all right, Elliot?
Now Donnie Santiago, our current champion, up in lane 3. He's down by 14 right now, trying to close the gap.
Throw the hammer. Throw it over.
He leaves the 3, 6, 7, and 4 there.
All the terminology that has evolved over the years. I just heard somebody in the crowd say, throw a hammer. I guess that refers to a strike. I'm from the traditional,
Where you just
strike
say
is a
strike?
strike. It's like, we could say blow out all the candles.
Yeah,
something
you
like
gotta
that.
jazz it up a little
that's
bit.
right.
Nothing
But
wrong with that.
hammer, I don't.
Shred the rack, you know?
Yeah, I don't like this hammer. Make it 9 for Don Santiago.
All right, leave it hanging.
We were talking to Don during the break. He mentioned that he pulled his groin muscle.
Yeah, he seems to be laboring just a little bit.
Come on.
I'll tell you what, that can lay you out. That's very painful, and it takes a long time to heal.
And the problem here is you're just not comfortable releasing the ball.
He had mentioned that was a...
Off to the left. Could be.
All right, come on. Get 4, don't get 2.
It's a tough game.
Yeah. Somebody's got to do it, huh?
Yeah, that's right. It's funny. It's like any other game. You have to warm up. You know, and the bowlers do that, but you still never know with something like that, a full muscle. You think you're loose, and you know, it could happen halfway through the game, but it's strange.
Right. You see him wincing there.
Yeah.
Over trying to take advantage.
Well, it looks worse than it is. The 2-8 and the 10, but the wood should help. If he's on the 2-pin, he's got a very good chance of making this spare.
Oh, this is just to the left.
Slid by.
The wind nearly knocked it over.
Oh, boy. Really kicking himself now. He knew that was a very makeable spare.
He gets a 10 box out of it.
Right through the middle.
Ooh, he leaves the spread eagle plus the 8-pin sleeping in the back there.
Yeah, just clears out just a 1, 5, and 9. Good effort. Tried to split the 3-6. Actually, he did. Didn't get any action on the other side.
Well, I guess he has the 2, 8, 4, and 7 still up.
And a 9. Good opening for Don Santiago. 4 open frames now to open the game. Don Santiago couldn't capitalize the first 2 boxes, but you know, a couple marks here. It's new game.
Yeah, he's right back in it.
Throw that hammer.
That looks pretty solid.
Looking for the
Got that
strike.
9 and 10 back there.
No problem here. I think if he's low, as long as he's to the right of the red line.
Big for him. Nice spare.
Spare up in the 3rd. Now he'll reduce this 15-pin deficit by the amount of pins he knocks down in this first ball. Another 50 points for Don.
Don Santiago aiding his cause in a big way there.
Just missing to the left, but drops 8. Top 7, I should say, and just the 1, the 3, and the 8, a makeable spare here.
Going for that head pin.
Oh,
misses
boy.
the 8 in the
And
back.
he can't believe it. Look at him. Look at the
Look at that
reaction there.
expression. Yeah.
Pin went up and over the 8-pin. I thought he had that for sure. We can gain another one in count, opposite of 9. Make it a 10. And the lead now is just 7. There's Don's reaction to that last shot, like, oh, can't believe that happened.
We said he's always cool and collected.
Yeah, that's
So,
about the
don't
only
react there,
emotion
though.
he's going to
I
get.
know.
That's
I know.
that's not bad.
I know.
I mean, none of those words you can't say on TV. Nothing. He just closing his eyes, saying, "Look, you know, I'll have another shot." 5-10 left for Richie.
Oh, got that king pin, but it doesn't come across for him for the 10. Oh, so close.
That pin actually disappeared and came flying back in front of the 10-pin.
Oh, we've had some balls do that.
Yes,
Too.
yeah. This is a different type of machine. There's nothing sitting over the top of the pins like I want to say normal pin setters, because these are normal pin setters for this place. It folds back upright, so there's a lot of room from the top of the pin straight up in the air. So that's why you get a lot of reaction for pins coming back. I know some of you are going to say, is that legal? It perfectly is. There's nothing saying the distance. You have to have something above the pins.
Richie leaving the 2, 4, and 10.
His first round of his second game, and still he'll be open through 6 boxes.
Takes down that 2. So at this point, I mean, you try and nail the 4 pin, try and carry it over to the 10.
Well,
didn't work for him.
You want the 9. If you get lucky enough and pull it way left and get the 10, fine. But at that time, you just want to get the 9 and get out of town.
After 6, Richie Bober is at 54.
And have a pin fall down. We're going to have Don re-rack.
Actually, several of them fell down. It wouldn't be such a bad. He used that to his advantage.
Yeah, he was just clearing a piece of wood that had come out too far. Again.
He's off to the left again,
yeah,
huh?
Constantly to the left. 4 horsemen to the right, plus the 4, 7, and 9. Piece of wood that will help him probably with a 9, but the problem pins obviously are going to be the 4, 7. There's a lot of problem pins if he does that.
Yeah.
He is, we're not making excuses, but he's a hurting cowboy right now.
He is, he certainly is.
Wincing when he throws the ball.
That can really bother your approach, too, you know?
Oh, yeah. Depending on what leg it is, too. With that first step, if you're uncomfortable with that first step, well, just the rest of it is just shot. I mean, you're really babying the ball. You're not throwing the same speed.
I mean, right now, though, he's going to have to ignore that pain. It's like Rambo or somebody.
That's right. You have to suck it up and,
bear down.
Yes, he's got 5 boxes to go. And there's a man with a mission. See that? He's intently looking at that.
Well, he's got a force to play with back there.
He's going to go left. I don't think he should have took that much time. There's no choice. That's
what he does.
Maybe that's what he's worried about. He's worried about how to carry that 8 pin. Now he can gain 1 and count here. Try to keep the lead under 10.
Right on the mark.
Yep.
And after 6, it is 59 to 54. Richie Bober leads by 9. We have to take a break. We'll be back with more Candlepin action right after this.
Going into the final 2 frames.
Things are tight.
Obviously, the points aren't in jeopardy here. They're not accumulating many points, but one of these bowls is going to have a chance to come back next week and maybe rack up a lot of points.
Richie leaving the 4 horsemen to the left. 1, 2, 4, 7, plus the 10 pin over field.
Hold it, folks.
And they're still going to fall. We have to wait.
Looking at the 4-10.
All right, now you see you have that dead wood back. They have that wood back there.
I think you got to play that. Just for that reason, Phil. You know, I was going to say, usually in a 3rd ball, you want to grab 1 pin and get out of town. At this point in the match, because it's so close, I'm going to try to figure out some kind of way of getting the 10 box if I can.
We got that 10 box. After 9, he's at 84. Takes down 6 there.
No, not an easy spare. 2, 4, 7, and the 6 spin.
6.
You know, he could go inside the 2 and clip the wood and kick the wood forward for the 6. Gotta have the 2. Oh, he cut it too good. Well, folks, here we go.
This is going to be close.
This will make Don get a mark. Okay, Don must mark. He was trailing by a pin. He needs 21 pins to tie, 22 to win. Richie finishes with 209, so it's 108 for Don to tie, 109 to win. Needs 22 pins in the final 2 frames. It's still coming from everywhere.
Unbelievable. He leaves the 4 horsemen to the right, 1, 3, 6, and 10, plus the 9 pin back there.
I don't like the angle of this wood. See what happens.
This is just to the left.
And he kind of hobbled on that one. So, well, he needs a mark in the last box. Depending how big a mark he needs or how many pins he gets on this ball. And it's 8 and a 95. 109 is the magic number. He needs a mark with 4 on it.
Throw that bomber. Throw that bomber.
Right.
Throw the hammer.
A mark with 4, spare.
Oh,
the big strike. Oh. Unbelievable. Needs 4 on
Chopping
it.
them all down on that one.
Come on. Pull it in. Pull it in. Pull it in.
Strike.
Right here, George. Come on.
Whatever you want to call it. The hammer, the strike.
You know, in
You
defense
call it yourself.
of Richie, no marks, 94 without any marks is a great game. Unfortunately, it almost was enough to win. But with that fill, Don Santiago will make it 2 in a row. Spare on strike and a 115 and 7-pin win after all that.
All right, your total, Don Santiago, 216, Richie Bober, 209. Santiago does it again. We'll be back with more Candlepin action right after this. Welcome back to the American Car Care Center's $30,000 Candlepin Challenge. Dan, another close one. Don Santiago pulls it out, 216 to 209.
You know, in defense of Richie Bober, I mean, he had 94 without a mark. I always say if I don't throw a mark and I had 90 or better, that's a good game. He just didn't get legitimate spare leaves to convert, wasn't able to do that. He gave too many chances to Don Santiago, and he took advantage finally in that final frame of throwing the big strike.
Let's bring Donnie up. Don, congratulations. Close one. I know you're hurting there.
Oh, yeah. Pulled the groin muscle.
Tell us what happened there.
I don't know. I think I slipped on my takeoff and just pulled it. Hurts.
I know. You powered through it, though.
Yeah, well, it was tough. I stood up there and got it.
You know, you pulled it out in the clutch. That was a very exciting match, man. Congratulations. Dan, you have a check for him?
Yes, this